Good morning, happy Wednesday. I thought I'd be doing a get ready with me kind of chit chat talk type deal because I had many thoughts in the shower, as a lot of people do. So I got to thinking, I'm posting more content online and being present on YouTube, and I have to kind of explain literally who I am, what I do, why I do it, and it's a very interesting segue into what I wanted to talk about. So yes, my name is Denise, and it's spelled with a Y and a Z, and if that doesn't already explain a lot of things about me, I don't know what does. I did my moisturizer. My dog is sitting next to me on the floor trying to get attention, which is fine. But I am a health and fitness coach, also trying to run a health and wellness brand for myself because I am very passionate about health and wellness. I think my main interest started from when I was a kid, and I was like very conscious of my family and their health. They would always talk about their health issues, their chronic problems, smoking, just living a lifestyle that led to many chronic conditions. That I saw the consequences of that, and I was like, I don't want that for myself. So I was always interested in pursuing something in the health related field, mainly medical, because obviously Asian parents only give you an option to be a doctor. So I was like, if I have to, I think I decided to pick the most laid back lifestyle, which would be an optometrist. So I originally came into college doing biology, and there was a major called health sciences that I found pretty interesting, and it seemed pretty new at the time when I entered college. But I realized if I were to pursue pre-optometry, I'd have to take the courses related to biology. So I stuck with it because I thought that was the path I was going on. Little did I know, I switched into health sciences later on in college. What got me here and into the fitness industry, because I am a personal trainer and a coach, I think was me finding an outlet for my mental health. I think a lot of people realize indirectly from going to the gym that working out and exercising consistently does help elevate your mood. Moving your body is definitely a good starting point. So I would start working out with my friends at the gym, and then I would start going with different people, and they'd start inviting me a lot of the time throughout the week. And I found in my last semester of college that there was a certification for being a personal trainer, and I was like, that might be kind of fun, I know. So I took the certification, did the course. They offered classes to go over the material, so I did that once a week, and lo and behold, I was able to get certified as a trainer. Woo! But I didn't really have a game plan from there other than maybe I should apply to like commercial big box gyms, start getting experience with clients, like trying to figure out my style of training and how to program things. I was starting from a very like basic standpoint. And I think in the back of my mind, I always wanted to start with a holistic health approach, because there was a class that I took in my major called the Art and Science of Medicine, and that was such an eye-opening class, and I'll never forget why it was so cool, because my professor would always start our lectures with us doing a 5-minute meditation. And I'm like, girl, I don't meditate. I have a hard time even thinking and sitting still for like 1 minute. But here we are in the class, everyone's meditating, listening to very calm noises, breathing, and it was a guided meditation with the professor, which I really liked. She kind of told us where to focus and what to feel in our body, and she said this would benefit in learning as well and keeping our mind retaining the information that we learned. And look, that was the only class that really I vividly remember, so obviously she was doing something right. But yeah, throughout that class, I had a lot of eye-opening conversations and like education on how the US healthcare system is and how there really isn't much on the prevention side of chronic disease or chronic illness. Sometimes we put too much emphasis on treating the symptoms, waiting till it's too late to really fix our health. There was more class information, I guess, or I would say this major really honed in on preventative medicine, lifestyle medicine, I would say, to really help people live healthier lives. And that absolutely resonated with what I love, who I am, things that interested me. So it all came together, and I had this feeling like, yes, this is it. This is kind of like where I'm trying to head. Fast forward, I'm working on personal training and getting clients and making workouts and trying to promote healthier lifestyle. But throughout my journey in this industry, I found that was a lot harder than I originally thought, because I was introduced to many types of people and areas of this industry that are, I wouldn't say bad. I think they're there for a different purpose. And I was talking to a friend about, what is the point of studying health and wellness? What is the point of like spreading the education of how to take care of yourself, how to live healthy? And I think the point is to live a higher quality of life. I think in the end, being able to take care of yourself before having to deal with more drastic consequences later on will bring your life to a higher level, and to be able to do the things that you want, your own health, your own body, being like, no, we can't, we're not healthy enough to do that. I think that in an essence, and being happy and learning how to live a lifestyle to bettering your health is something that is a good purpose. Now, in the fitness industry, there's a different type of goal. It's driven by appearance and stereotype and old messages based on standards of beauty, I would say. Well, I guess beauty in a sense of, do I look like I'm healthy, or do I look like I should be healthy? And that's where the dissonance started happening with me and my experience working for the fitness industry. I think my heart, or my brain, I think it was my brain being torn between, do I feed into the standard of you should lose weight, you should look like a aesthetic bodybuilder and sell my services in that way? Or should I really just stick to what I know in the long term, with the purpose of making people have a better quality of life, being able to sustain their health, and then stop trying to focus so much on the appearance side? And I think that was a battle for me, because obviously I started running my own business and I didn't work for anyone else, which is kind of good because then I could formulate those ideas and test them out. But at the same time, I felt like I was not fitting in place with other trainers or other people on social media who do things in fitness, and they tag along the word health with it, and they throw that in their bio, they put that in their captions, talk about being healthy, but also saying, you can look like this, and so you're healthy. The looks part, I really dislike. I think everyone is so different. There's a lot of crossover between what you see as beautiful and the celebrities. How they achieve that is very unrealistic. An everyday person is not able to achieve it because that's just not how they're able to live their life. People have jobs, people have families, people have hobbies, obligations. This method of trying to attain something so physically challenging is always going to fail. It's always going to never bring you what you want after a few months or even after a few weeks if you try it. There are so many aspects of the fitness world that I wish people were more transparent about. I wish that maybe they could say, hey, this person lost this much weight just to look like this in 3 months, but guess what? We had to put them through a certain way of eating. We had to put them through a certain way of training. And because of that, they're not gonna be able to live a normal life, or the life that they could live maybe 10 years from now, 5 years from now. But they don't. They just kind of are in it for the business, for the short term, and it just upsets me a little bit because I try to tell people the message of like, health really isn't about what you look like. It's not. And I know that people see bodybuilders, people see celebrities doing all these things in such a short amount of time. But at the same time, what they don't know is the ways that they attain that will never work for trying to live a life of normalcy. I will say normalcy, but like a life that grants you freedom and time and mental capacity to function well. I won't go into that too much, but I just kind of wanted to touch on where I was at the time when I started noticing these things and noticing how I was thinking about what I was doing with my business and what I wanted people to learn and what I wanted to teach my clients. So for me, my focus started becoming more on what does a healthy lifestyle look like? What do you think, has stopped you from achieving what you wanted to get? What do you think like people do to get to where they are if you want to look exactly like that? And is that realistic for you? Because sometimes we have to let go that we're not trying to live to look like someone else. We're not trying to live to post a picture on Instagram so that other people will like us. We're here to live our own life in a way that makes us happy, in a way that we love ourselves and will want to take care of our health because we love ourselves. There's a lot of business tactics, people altering their photos, people using steroids, and people always saying, you can look like this if you just do what I'm selling. And so they're not honest about, no, I do edit my pictures, or no, I have done steroids. It's really hard to find them being transparent in this industry about that. So then you get a lot of people being misled about what they can do to really achieve that. Honestly, it all stems back to like people wanting to look good. I think you can look a certain way and still feel confident. I think you can still have confidence despite what you look like. For me, I think that came from realizing, yeah, do I really have the time, do I have the energy to live like someone who does all these things to maintain that appearance? Okay, I think another point I just thought about that I wanted to touch on was the nutrition aspect that always seems to be the biggest and like hottest topic for people, because you'll hear fitness people saying nutrition is like 99% of your result. You're gonna only be able to eat this much, so much, blah blah blah, these certain things, so that you will definitely look like this. And I think that becomes so unhealthy. It becomes unhealthy when your view and your relationship with food, with exercise, starts becoming something you want to absolutely control and make sure doesn't go wrong in your mind. When really, it shouldn't be a game of what's right or wrong. It shouldn't be, I'm a bad person because I did X, Y, and Z, or I didn't do X, Y, and Z, so I'm a bad person. But the more you feed into that thought, your brain will start treating it like it's a moral issue. Like, you should be ashamed of eating something that you're not supposed to eat. And I think that's the danger zone that starts forming an eating disorder. And you may not have a full-blown diagnosed eating disorder, but I myself have definitely found a time in my life when I was eating in a disordered way, where I would think, oh god, maybe I should just starve before this meal because I'm gonna eat so much later on. No, I should not be eating any of these things from my culture because it doesn't align with what in the meal plan that I found online was gonna say that was gonna make me look like that. So I missed out. I missed out on mental, what do you call it, stability? I missed out on a lot of mental stability being, like, having those disordered eating patterns. What is a healthy relationship with food? What is gonna bring you mental stability and mental peace with the way that you go about eating? And for a lot of people, it's different. So, like I said, people gotta figure that out on their own. Like, is this food going to make me feel some type of way? And by feel, mentally and physically. Like anything in health, you'll notice there are certain types of food that make you feel very tired, very sluggish, but I think people are so out of tune with listening to their body that it never really becomes something that your mind notices. In fact, I think back then when I would eat junk food, I associated a lot of just unhealthy symptoms as just, this is my normal day-to-day, you know? I'll eat chips and I'll eat ice cream and I'll binge on them because I shouldn't be doing this. So let me just do it this once. And that binging became more and more prevalent. It was almost a daily or every other day binge. Anyway, so what I think I want to do about this chit chat is I'll probably put it into one of my planned podcast episodes. But if you're interested in hearing more about that and all of my thoughts and impressions and rants about the fitness industry, what I think about health and wellness, then definitely follow on my Spotify, and I will be releasing those episodes soon and be giving you guys ideas on, you know, how I would go about living a healthy lifestyle, how I would go about trying to change my mindset around my relationship with food, relationship with exercise, relationship with yourself, your mindset, and all that good stuff. So I will continue on with my day. So I will see you later.